Hi, welcome to Shop Stop. Today we want to talk about checking bearing temperatures.
Okay, for example, you've got a piece of equipment that has numerous amount of bearings on it, and when one of those go out, you have the possibility of creating a fire that could basically burn up your equipment. So it's a good idea to check your bearings occasionally to make sure that they're not overheating.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a lot of baler fires this year, and most of those are likely caused by bearings that have failed and overheated. But the big challenge is there's not some threshold temperature that bearings get to and all of a sudden it's going to start a fire. Once the bearing has failed, then it's going to continually get hotter and hotter and eventually have some sparks.
So a way to check those temperatures is, one is with the new infrared thermometers they have out now, and you can get these at the auto parts store, and they've gone down in price quite a bit. And you can take one of these and go around and you can point the laser that's on there at each bearing and record the temperature of each bearing that's on your piece of equipment.
So if you take a combine or a baler, for example, get the thing operating, let it operate long enough for the bearings to heat up, and then compare the bearings. Look at all the bearings that are on the similar tasks and say, is one substantially hotter than others?
Right, so if there's one hotter than the other, then you probably ought to keep an eye on that, or just go ahead and replace it so you don't have the fear of creating a fire.
There's some tips on bearing temperature and monitoring it here on Shop Stop. We'll see you next week.